This is the State Fair Food Worst of the Riot Classic Edition podcast. I'm hungry.
Happy Thursday, everybody. We are doing our fall fundraiser for Radio U. So check out radiou.com/donate. And we'll be back once we're raising the fall fundraiser money. And until then, you can enjoy some more theme days.
I love this because we talk about foods found at the California State Fair, the Wisconsin State Fair, and then something that happened to Nikki one time at the State Fair.
Is that the one? The one in the car.
It's the car one.
Gosh, it was a bad day.
And then the fair is for bad decisions. That's one of those moments that I actually have listened to that already, and I was like, yes.
That works.
Sometimes you hear yourself talking, and you're like, that guy's talking sense.
That is
He's
the truth.
telling the truth right now, and this time it just happened to be me.
So enjoy this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We love you guys. And don't forget Radio U Riot on Facebook if you ever want to message us.
Hey, tomorrow, just a sneak peek, vomit stories.
That might be a longer themed podcast day. We had a lot to choose from.
Oh, yes. It is the Riot.
If you give right now during the fall fundraiser, you'll finally get the chance to hear the Riot mispronounce your name. Don't miss this great opportunity. Call now, 877-2-RADIO-U. It's the fall fundraiser.
State Fair season is on, bro. It's the Riot. California State Fair. It's firing up July 14th. Oh, that's tomorrow. If you're interested in attending, it's at the, Sacramento Fairgrounds, I think it is. We've got the address here. If
you
anybody
have to
wants
say it in more like a fairway. The Sacramento
Fairgrounds!
That would be Thursday!
1500 Exposition Boulevard, Sacramento, California.
Ba-boom!
We'll see you there, California. So it's happening.
It sounds more like a fair, doesn't it?
You put a little more into it. It's more exciting. You know, last year at the California State Fair, they had a pregnant cow that got loose and was causing so much trouble that they had to just shoot it right in front of everybody.
Stop it. Really?
I didn't know about that. Was the excitement at the fair last year. I didn't know about it until I read this article. But yeah, a rampaging pregnant cow had to be put down. It's the only way they could stop it.
What happened to the baby cow?
Well, it probably just emerged and was like, finally. What do you think happened to the baby cow,
Nikki?
I
didn't know, sometimes is it old enough? Did they save it or... I doubt. I'm thinking too much, right? I'm thinking that they're too nice.
Nikki lives in Nikki's mind.
It's a different world.
She kind of lives. It's the closest I can tell you is kind of like a Disney movie where all the animals come out and talk to you and have fun. I
think the best of humans. I would think they would be concerned about shooting a pregnant cow.
Don't lie, Nikki. You don't think the best of humans. Did you hear that?
I would think that, but you're also at the fair where they're probably like, well, now we can barbecue.
Do you understand that the cows at the fair win prizes and then they sell big, and then they take that cow and they let it live on a farm in peace because it's a prize winner? No.
They fatten them up.
That's not what happens. When you see the little kid with the 4-H ribbon and he's crying, it's because his college just got paid for, but it's because he had to sacrifice his friend that he spent his life raising.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's a sick world. Where were we? The fair. If you want to talk about sick, though, the thing that they're really sporting big time this year about the California State Fair is the fact that Daniela Martin is going to be there. She has an online show called Girl Meets Bug, in which she demonstrates various ways you can eat bugs.
Sure.
As she's going to be there July 16th and July 26th. And throughout the fair, you will be able to buy, what is it called? They're calling it the maggot melt. It is dried maggots with melted cheese on 2 slices of bread. So you
get a grilled cheese.
That's right. It's a grilled cheese with maggots.
I can't do that to grilled cheese. There's goosebumps. No joke either.
It's the kind you get right before you vomit. It's the gag bumps. That's what they are.
Now, I know some people might have it be where the cheese was left in the fridge too long, and they have their own version of the maggots, grilled cheese sandwich, but this is official.
Sacramento Fairgrounds.
Tomorrow!
Bring the maggot melt. Starts on the 15th. Goes to the 31st.
That's gross.
The 158th California State Fair. Be there.
Listen, they had a bunch of meat from the cow last year, okay? I'm sure it's still
Where
around.
do you think they got the maggots?
That's nasty.
Right off that meat, so you got a steak and you got a maggot melt.
I think people are stupid if they eat bugs.
I'm with you. You know what? Like, no bugs.
Now, granted, if you're surviving and this is all you have, that's one thing. You have a whole fair of all this other type of food.
Yeah, that's right. I'm with Nikki. You know what? If it's one of those things where it's man versus wild and you're about dead, okay, that's cool.
Then go wild.
If it's like, hey, only $5 for this maggot melt, we're going to have to just move on.
Passing on that one.
I'm going to get what do we get those things? The
turkey legs.
Turkey legs or the things that are wrapped in foil. It's like
one word.
Pizza. Stromboli. Going to get one of those. That's no maggots in the Stromboli.
I think we should have a Riot charades game once.
I agree.
I don't know how well we do.
I don't know why there are these words that I can't remember. I see the image, but the word is not there.
It takes a lot of moral support to keep Nikki locked up in this room with Obadiah. And it takes a lot of financial support to keep Radio U playing commercial-free music. Help them both now by giving at RadioU.com or calling 877-2-RADIO-U. It's the Fall Fundraiser with The Riot.
Friday, Nikki and I went to the state fair where we ate.
Don't you guys do that every Friday?
Yeah, it's just what we do. This whole place is a fair. It's a carnival.
Yeah, you thought that's how it was here.
We go to Obadiah's house. He's got a cotton candy machine.
And a
He's got
hot
all
dog
kinds
roller.
of stuff. And you know what? I'll talk about what we ate later. We can get into what we ate later. But here's what I did, how I went into it. I went into it like this. And this is dumb, but whatever. Friday morning, I had my normal breakfast, like 5 o'clock, whatever.
Sure.
Then I had somebody bring us donuts. So I had a donut when the riot was over. Then worked a couple hours, worked out, then went to the fair on mostly an empty stomach. Maybe a little bit of that donut hanging around.
Still left over.
And I should have gotten some real food. And then after you eat some real food, then you're ready to venture off into fair food. And I thought, no. So Nikki and I got to the Radio U setup, and after about 5 minutes, I went down and got us a bucket of fries.
That's a tradition. We always share that every fair.
Yep. It's $8, and you get enough fries for, you and all of your extended family.
Which means it's fine for us.
Yeah, the riot. So after that, we're riding high, dude. Things are good. And then around about an hour and a half later, we go get something else to eat. And so it's been all junk food and everything's fine. And then about a half an hour after that, it's just like, when do we get to leave?
Yeah, are we done yet?
I'm starting to not feel. So I walked off and bought one more thing of food. And when I came back, Nikki looked awful.
I felt awful too.
Like, you were pale and you just had this like,
I was afraid
go yet?
I was afraid you weren't going to come back in time because I was feeling so poorly. I could not go anywhere to go feel better. And I didn't know if you would it was just people kept coming up and it was like, oh, okay, hi. But yet you're sick to your stomach.
So how'd it go?
It was not good. I then had to drive home during rush hour traffic.
Yes.
And it was really bad because I was driving. I borrowed someone's car, and I did not want to throw up in said car. But I get on the freeway, and it's just completely stopped, like both ways. It's that moment of panic where you hit this wall of cars. And so I emptied out my purse because I thought if I have to throw up.
You did not.
I did. I said if I had to throw up, I'm not throwing up in this car. I will throw up in the purse and just take the purse as a loss because I can't do this.
Well, I was going to ask now, if you throw up in the purse, is the purse just gone?
Yeah, you throw it away. But I did not. I made it home. It took me about 30 minutes to get home. I was so sick. My lips dried out. So, my lips were sucked in. It was terrible. I looked like a ghost. And I get home.
You really did. When you left the fair, you really legitimately looked sick.
I did. And so I went home, and then I was violently ill twice. I threw up twice. And then I was just sick through the rest of the weekend, and my stomach is still a little queasy.
Really?
Yay!
So it wasn't the fair food then?
No, I think it was food poisoning from something. Whether the fair triggered it, that could have been the point that we said, all right, everybody out.
Yeah. bouncer.
That's it.
Okay. Well, I didn't throw up. I did. Like, I went home and, experienced the normal fare regrets.
Well, how was your chicken? Because I didn't.
Yeah. Ended up with some bourbon chicken and rice.
I was afraid that would be the topper for you.
Actually, you know what? It
calmed you down?
It tasted quite good.
Yeah.
And while I still found myself going, oh gosh.
It wasn't like.
No, at no
it
point.
wasn't like that.
At no point did I think I was going to throw up. It
That's
was
good.
Boy, that was pretty good. I got to tell you, we're going back to the fair on Friday.
I don't want anything. I don't want anything. We'll pack a lunch.
I'm actually good.
Okay, good.
I don't want anything.
I didn't want to be the party pooper, but I don't want to eat anymore there.
I do think I'm going back to the bourbon chicken booth.
Okay.
But that's going to be the line. I mean,
I don't want fries anymore.
By Friday, I may have changed my mind because it's Friday. But I don't know, guys. Like, things got real bad real fast last Friday. And I don't.
The riot was one down, and I didn't know if I'd come back.
I don't know if I want to reintroduce that into the wild like that. But boy, I will tell you, going down, it sure was good. It was good.
It's not going back up.
Yeah, coming back up's not so much.
What does it take to be a part of Team Radio U? It takes guts, determination, fortitude, and a phone. Call 877-2-RADIO-U or go to radiou.com and join Team Radio U now. It's the Fall Fundraiser on Radio U.
As we mentioned, Nikki and I were at the state fair yesterday, and I saw something that I don't really understand.
What was it? Well, I mean, there's usually a list.
Well, it's a really long list.
But if there's a specific one.
I mean, the best thing I came away with was just that I believe that the state fair is established and it works on one principle, and that is a principle of bad decisions. Come here, make bad decisions. Bad decisions about food, bad decisions about hot tubs.
Games.
Bad decisions
rides.
About DirecTV. Now, let's set aside for a minute the fact that Nikki and I have long held very poor opinions of satellite television.
That's just how we are. I mean, it's similar to like, oh, do you like Pepsi or Coke? You just find yourself on one side of the line.
So there is this tent that is across from the Fried Buckeye stand, and it's a bunch of guys. They looked like satellite salesmen. I don't know what it was, but it was just like, oh,
they got that wild
gosh.
look in their eyes.
So you know what? I was pulling an Assassin's Creed. I would like walk up to a group of people and then walk with them and act like I was part of the group so that I could get past those guys. And so like they would yell at the obvious like dad of the group, which was not me. And so then I was shielded from them. And then I ducked over, got my Buckeyes, tucked in with another group. This time it was a huge group of moms.
Tucked and rolled.
But I just kind of ducked behind them, and they're like, look at this. He's not even a man. Like, he can't. We won't ask him for DirecTV.
We'll just let him eat his little deep fried Buckeyes.
He'll have to ask one of his many mommies here if he can have it. But I'm listening to these guys talk, and this guy is right on the verge of making a sale with this other guy standing in the middle of the midway, and he's like, look, I'll tell you what I can do for you. I can get it in at $26.74 a month on contract, but it's if you sign right now. I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? Here's a guy in a T-shirt that says DirecTV. I don't know him. We're standing in the middle of the fair. Why don't I give him all my personal information? I'll just give him all of that, and we'll get signed up right now.
The only thing that I am less worried about is the fact that DirecTV people are everywhere at stores trying to get you to sign up.
It's true.
So
they're in the parking lot at
Yes.
Best Buy. Like, hey, what are you doing, kid? How are you going to watch TV on that thing? You got some TV on the thing? I got all the TV on this thing. We'll put this thing on that thing. You have all the TV. What are you doing making decisions at the fair? No one should be making any decisions at the fair, let alone a financial decision that involves a 1 to 2 year contract. The only thing worse than
and
that
a dish.
is you're like, hey, we're going to get this hot tub. We got 12 years, same as cash financing.
Might as well get the satellite dish with the hot tub. You can have a whole outdoor area.
We can watch TV from the hot tub. It's a great idea.
I don't know. Maybe for some it's the deal
And
that they can get.
Not to mention the vinyl siding and the new windows.
The gutters.
What is happening at the fair?
Stop wearing ugly shirts. Become a Radio U backer and become instantly more attractive while wearing the Radio U Fall Fundraiser t-shirt. It's available exclusively by giving $25 a month or $150 one time to Radio U. Do your shopping now at RadioU.com. It's the Fall Fundraiser.
You know, Nikki, the Wisconsin State Fair is happening right now.
Now, this Wisconsin State Fair, I think, is number 2 compared to, like, the Texas State Fair when it comes to the most talked about what are the food items coming out of this fair that you'll either see for the still fairs coming or more importantly, like next year for the fair.
Well, they say that the, like, signature dish at the Wisconsin State Fair is the cream puff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like cream puffs that much.
I think it'll work.
You know what
It'll do in a pinch.
Cream is good, but, like, I don't like the flaky exterior very much.
You don't like the pastry part with it?
Yeah, I like something that's a little more like a donut. So, and a little less flaky. So
it's not too far off, but no, I understand.
It's not, but it's not the same.
Sure.
You understand. But other items that they're introducing this year that's all the rage, there's a jerky place that sells you, any kind of jerky you want. They've got alligator, kangaroo, ostrich, wild boar, python, and turtle.
Delicious, I guess.
The place is called All Things Jerky.
That also can be seen usually on the side of the road at random jerky stands. So
Actually,
I don't feel the need for a state fair for that one.
You know, I didn't even see the connection, but it's funny you mentioned that because I was driving home the other day and there was a guy on the side of the road selling elk jerky.
Yeah, so he must have made it on his own. Maybe even killed whatever. Okay,
maybe this is not fair. Maybe this is way not fair. But okay, I go to the fair.
Yeah.
Maybe it is way fair. And here are these people, complete strangers. I don't know them. They're telling me they've killed pythons and made jerky out of it, and I buy it. And I'm like, this is fine, whatever. But I just see a guy on the side of the road selling jerky. I'm not buying that.
Yeah, but that person at the fair is buying it from all the others. So, like, he could be buying the elk from, like, that guy and the python from, like, he's a middleman. He's a distributor.
So, wait a minute. Are we talking about your drug empire again, or are we talking about the state fair?
About the jerky at the fair.
Okay. Sure. Well, here's the other item that's up for bid at the Wisconsin State Fair this year that everyone's talking about. You like nachos, right?
I do.
Like, really like nachos?
I do, yeah.
How about some cricket nachos?
Oh, no. I don't like anything with bugs on it.
So the idea is you get yourself some cricket nachos there at the fair.
Gross.
It is, I will tell you, it is repulsive looking. Repulsive looking. It is nachos, and there are just dead crickets all over it.
I'm scrolling through to look at it.
All the way at the bottom, friend.
All the way at the bottom. I see the cream puffs. Yay!
Yay, cream puffs.
I see the ostrich jerky. Yuck! It looks like an accident happened and there was a locust swarm while you were eating nachos.
It looks like you could eat a bee and not know it.
Yeah, gross.
Isn't that disgusting?
Now, remember I said at our local fair they had that larva stuff with cream cheese, like deep fried.
That didn't even make any
thing.
sense to me. Like bugs and cream cheese deep fried?
It's like a little worm thing. So
did it cost you? No.
People always try to stick some bugs in it, and then they're like, well, that's the must-try thing.
It's the way of the future. Pretty soon we'll all be eating bugs because there won't be any cows left or whatever.
We'll wait till then.
Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I die off before then.
Probably.
They're like, well, your children's children, well, you know what? They can tell stories about how Grandpa ate cows till he died. Good story, Grandpa.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.